So would you like to have an intuitive game of flip the
Sure.
book? All right. So I
Yeah.
have 3 books and I'm not showing you. So you just have to pick 1, 2 or 3. Which book would you like?
2.
2. Interesting enough.
My soul told me 2.
It's funny because this is about your soul.
Okay.
So
My soul went, that one. It's all about me.
there you go. Your soul said, we're playing. So basically, this is out of the book about pedophilia. But at the back of the book, what I talk about is core essences, which is compassion, peace, all those kind of things. So when you're coming from your authenticity, those are the types of energies that you're coming from when you're in that clarity. Your soul feels every emotion, feeling. It doesn't just feel all the good things, but this is when we nut you right down to the core essence of who you are. We'll find these kinds of energies. So can you give me a number between 189 and 215? Because we only use the back of the book for this, only the back of this book for this exercise.
191.
191. Okay, so you've got 5 paragraphs to pick from. So pick 1 to 5. What?
3.
3. And this comes under the heading care, right? So that we would presume that there is a natural part of you that cares. Self-care is unconditional love for yourself and the equality of all souls, which can be difficult when you have become exposed to the insidiousness of indifference and are reluctant to trust the significance of your soul. When you devalue your yearning to care, indifference to truth appears to be limitless until you get to the point that you can no longer remain on the sidelines of your own neglect, carelessness, and recklessness. The perpetuation of indifference is finite, as it is a self-destructive energy, and your willingness to care lessens the scope of your indifference to truth. When you care, you realize indifference to truth is resolvable. Caring indicates when to be alert, alarmed, and loyal to your soul. Self-care is innate and a triggered response to indifference or danger to your survival. Self-care has to be overridden to cultivate your tolerance of indifference. And when we're in narcissistic relationships, unfortunately, the big thing that we do is we become tolerant of another person's indifference to our value, worth, and significance.
100%.
So what do you think of that one for you?
Really good. There's a couple of friends that I have here in Dubai, and we've all had a girl and a guy, and we meet up, and we've all had similar experiences in childhood and similar experiences in relationships. And one of the things that we're all kind of supporting each other through at the moment is around that theme of taking care of yourself in meaningful ways, not in ways that are, because all of us can do symbolic gestures that seem to be self-care, and then avoid the stuff that really counts, like trying to move each other towards authentic self-care in a just like a humorous, light-hearted sort of a way, but actually, actively encouraging each other to do that. Putting your needs first after narcissistic abuse is very, very difficult.
Yeah, that is true. And understanding that for some people, if you look at self-care as nurturing the soul, the essence of who you are, and not just trying to control yourself to perform caring acts. I had a client once and he was immaculately dressed, beautiful jewelry, hair slick, all the rest of it. And it come up for him that he wasn't caring for himself, and he argued the point. He said, look how I'm dressed, look what I'm wearing. And I was like, but that's all show. That's hiding that you feel insecure and that you're not looking at yourself as something of worth. And he was not happy, but it was true. He was performing, I care for myself, look at me. But underneath all that, and that's the underneath part, is where we need to go to really evolve. And evolving is just becoming more aware of ourselves, and expanding our consciousness is just becoming more aware of who you naturally are and valuing it. So self-care comes from a sense of valuing who you are. And it's like a roller coaster ride. You know, some days you can get me and I am pretty well conscious. And on other days you're going to go, what happened to her? You know, like, because it's not a straight line. It's a wild ride.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. I want to thank you, Richard. Appreciate you being on the podcast.
Thank you very much for having me on. It's been a pleasure.